I don't understand why history classes think that Alexander Hamilton was shot. He was actually killed by a poison arrow fired from Burr's Reed.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Burr's Reed.
Wow.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the internet podcast, Buried, the Buried podcast. Fuck, I'm gonna redo this. This is a bad intro.
No.
Right.
we
Vespucci,
don't-
cut that out.
Editor's note, do
Cut it
not
out.
cut that.
Okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Buried podcast. It is an internet weekly podcast where we go out into the internet jungle and bring back hidden gems of lore for the public seeing eye. I am, of course, Declan Grogan.
You gotta introduce us.
Yeah, you
Oh,
always introduce
dude,
us.
I'm having a bad start.
Declan.
I'm having a
Jesus.
bad start.
Uh-oh.
Declan,
okay.
are you feeling okay today?
No, I had a little tilapia. I'm feeling a little sick.
Why'd you
Okay.
tilapia?
Damn tilapia.
I don't know.
Damn
tilapia's just
you,
so enticing.
tilapia.
It's got a fun name.
Wait, that's actually a perfect segue into my topic.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, let's just cut all that out up till where I say I'm Declan Grogan. I'll introduce you all. I'm Declan Grogan, and with me, as always, is Dylan Ward.
I'm in a class where we talk about the theory of mind, and it hurt my head.
Jimmy Brown,
I'm laying by a fire on a bearskin rug.
and the exquisite Liam Mann.
I'm in a class about mimes. That's all. That's it. It just sounded like mine. So
guys,
Just so you know,
guys, this is
Dylan, theory of mind isn't real. Yeah, we're just, machinations. Like, you're the only one who's thinking.
Oh, I know. You're all philosophical zombies. I understand that. No, the weird thing was I was talking about that at the lunch table with Ryan like 3 years ago, and then
Uh-huh.
it came up today in class, and I was like, holy crap, this is something I've already been thinking about.
Uh-huh.
and you were like, "Hey, teacher, fuck you."
And then I stabbed him because he's not a real person. Just so we can make this our first bit. Liam and Declan, are you both familiar? I can give a quick refresher.
I mean, I just based on how
Wait,
you're talking
what?
about it, it's the idea
Are
that
you saying like we're the?
You guys are both cutting out.
Yeah, you guys
I'm
are.
not cutting out. I just stopped talking.
I'm just stopped talking. Please, I'm also
So-
doing.
Damn,
that.
they're good.
I've to be fair, I've actually never had a bad connection. I just stopped talking.
Shut up.
Okay, Liam, that's extremely
No.
unfair because so far since the start of this podcast, I have disconnected twice, and I've had to reconnect myself. So I don't know what's real and what's not. If you were all to coordinate being quiet, I would not know. I would have no idea.
Uh-huh.
That actually
Okay,
reminds me of the
either way.
time
So-
that I.
For our
Damn it,
readers,
guys.
for our readers who don't know what theory of mind is something you develop as a small little baby child. It's when you realize that other people have their own thoughts. It's like the act of Sonder, when you realize that other people have, their own thoughts, experiences, and, motivations.
Dude, I haven't gone to that level yet. I'm still trying to work on object permanency.
Little baby Declan. Little baby Declan.
Where are you? Where are you talking from? Where are you talking
Still
from?
hasn't
Jimmy,
developed
where are you?
theory of mind.
Jimmy, where are you?
Declan,
Jimmy?
Declan, his parents did peekaboo, and he's still freaking out.
Is this
I lost my
object
shit. I
permanent?
never got-
But yeah, we
Object
basically
permanence, man.
we basically in class had a big debate about theory of mind, and then it immediately switched over to how do you know that your car is still in the parking lot? And the thing is, unless if you physically see it in front of you, you don't know. And then it became
That's
this
false.
huge contradiction.
permanence.
And I'm not even kidding. 3 kids got so frustrated they got up and left. Like, and this
They
isn't
went to
like a
check
big
on their
lecture
car.
hall. They went to go check on their car. 3 kids got angry and just left. And it's a small classroom setting. They just got up and walked out. It was very weird.
That's actually stupid because it totally. I mean, like, that's
Stop it.
Hot take. That's just stupid.
I like it better if the teacher was like saying all this with like in the back of his mind he's like before the period started he stole all of their cars and like he's just like how do you know your car's still there?
Go
Like,
take a look.
Yeah.
like they're all gonna shit their pants and their cars are just not there.
Yeah.
But like, that's also like, I don't know. I feel like it's people like, oh, it's a big, deep philosophical question. But like, if a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound? It's like fucking, of course. It's a fucking tree falling. Of course it makes a sound.
Yeah.
Like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean doesn't make a sound?
I don't really like the
Yes.
definition of like having something have a smell have to be perceived by a human. I think like the vibrations that it creates in the air count as sound, in my opinion.
Right.
Wait. I thought you were just talking about scent, not sound. Scent does not vibrate.
Well, I know, but I'm trying to connect it
That's
to
what
his
you think, Dylan.
to his
Okay.
tree analogy.
I love it when a good
Segwaying.
sound tickles my nose.
Yeah, it really vibrates the nostrils.
These rose petals are really causing a commotion up in my nostrils.
Man.
Oh, your violin really smells oaky.
This violin has an oaky afterbirth.
Stop. All right.
Happy episode 10, everybody.
Yeah, happy episode 10.
Happy episode
Can we
10.
just talk about the
Happy
theory of
episode
mind
10.
forever? Can we?
Happy episode 10.
Can we address that it's episode 10 real quick? Here's a quick clip show of our favorite moments from the show.
I wouldn't bury him.
Wow, that was great.
Oh wow, I remember the last time we made this joke.
I know. I just want this time to actually have someone edit something just like awful, something we never said, just into it.
we just
Can
like
we
all
get
the
that
bits.
one clip? Can we get that one clip of Declan saying those horribly offensive things?
Yeah.
Right
Yeah, can
there.
we just all use all the bits that got edited out over the episodes? All the
Yeah,
things
those-
that we didn't want people to hear us saying.
No, I think
It would
play
just be
this
us-
intro again?
Just be us talking over each other.
Vespucci just
Yeah,
threw
right.
all those out.
But yeah, right. It's like 5 different clips, but play them all at once.
Just shouting, jumping.
All 10 episodes playing at the same time, including this
That'd
one.
be kind of sweet.
What's the
Here's
correct
our favorite
order?
moments
What's
from
the
all 10
correct order
videos.
to watch the Barry podcast episodes?
All at the same
Skip
time.
the ones where we didn't have good mics.
Yeah.
I genuinely tell people. I tell people to listen to number 5 first.
Yeah, number 5 is my I don't tell people to listen to number 5 first, but I'd say number 5 is one of my favorite episodes.
Which one's number 5?
Yeah, I just 5.
Number 5 was the one that we were all together.
in the same room.
Oh
where
yeah.
I came back to the podcast.
That was good.
That was a good one. Plus, it was just good
Yeah, I feel like
topics.
that just had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like
true.
it was very
Hey,
solid.
speaking of
topics the whole
topics,
thing.
I was about to say.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
Disconnected
Oh,
again.
today
Fuck.
we're going to be doing a special episode of the Buried Podcast where, since our pilot episode was awful and we didn't upload it, but it had some cool topics, Liam and Declan are going to repeat themselves because they aren't original and do
You
their
didn't
own,
have to tell them that.
their old topics.
You could have just said we have some new topics today. Why'd you have to
could've-
throw me
we
under the
could've
bus
actually
like
had to
that?
throw
we
me under
could've
the
just
bus,
acted
yeah.
surprised.
What the hell?
We didn't have to, like,
I mean, honestly, I feel. Well, never mind. Never mind. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Should
All right,
I
who's
edit
got a
that part
topic?
out?
Yeah, edit the whole
Nah,
podcast
let's
out.
just-
CGI humor.
All right. Who's got a topic? Who can tickle my
All right,
nostrils?
I've got a mean old topic for you guys.
Jimmy, I'd like to
mean
hear from
one.
you.
hit us.
Ooh.
Hit us.
Well, you know my topics.
Hit us. Hit me in the gut.
So I've been saving this topic up for a while since it has something tangentially related to one of the first topics I did. This one is called vulture culture. Now,
Oh, I like this already.
yeah,
It rhymes.
this is an online / in-person group of people who they go out and they find animals who have died naturally or like been killed on roadkill or just generally like or hunted even legally.
Oh, I like this.
They take them home and they decompose them in jars with water or else just throw them in their backyard. And then they
Saturday night.
make sculptures out of the bones. So it's kind of like DIY taxidermy.
What is it with you and bones, Jimmy?
I know,
feel like
that's
you
why-
always have weird bone things.
It's the buried podcast. He's just searching things that are
Hey!
buried until he gets the right
That was a
topic.
better joke
Exactly.
than my opener.
I appreciate that though.
Yeah, but yeah, as you can see, it's tangentially related to Bone Ghazi, the
Right, of
infamous
course.
episode.
Haha, yes.
I personally really like looking at like skeletons of stuff, and
Yeah.
like don't check my closet. And this like this entire little culture was so interesting to me, looking at all the different pictures and how they do it. Especially looking at the jars. It's called like the process is called diaphanization,
Okay.
Like they stick a rabbit and a quail in a jar, and it's like it gets all weird.
And they make a baby.
Yeah. Now,
Do you know,
Um,
Jimmy,
That does sound
smell
pretty
bad?
fucking weird.
sorry, what?
It does.
Does that smell bad? Like, I imagine there would have to be a scent around that.
Yeah, that's what I was about to get to. Why are they just like throwing it in a jar of water or in the backyard? I think there are better ways
Right.
to decompose a dead
Oh
animal.
yeah. They have all sorts of solutions and different chemicals that they put on it as well if they can afford it.
What if they can't afford it?
Okay.
If they can't afford it, then
Throw it in a jar of water.
in a jar of
Jar
water.
and some water, yeah.
Dude, I want to I want to get like an alchemist's lair where I just have weird things in jars. But like instead of
You do
like
nothing with it.
instead of like a witch's feet, it's like a fucking just like a Nike shoe in a glass jar.
Liam,
Like,
how long has Cotangle been in that jar?
Quiet you.
He's just bones now.
Yes.
My goal is to have a constant room in my house one day that just has a pedestal and a pitcher of clear liquid on it. And like every time someone walks by, I'm like, "Oh, you can't." It's like, "Oh, don't worry about the room. It's not anything. You don't need to worry about it." And like, they get more curious and they want to go in the room. And when they finally sneak in and they find the pitcher, like 80% of people will see the pitcher and be like, "I'm not touching that." But 20% will pour one out, drink it, and it will be cyanide and they will die.
Oh,
Damn.
see, I just want it to be like I just want to be like have a room like Beauty and the Beast, who's like, do not go in the room. Like when people like are snooping around, I like scream at them, do not enter my room. But like when they go in, it's just like a storage closet. It's just like a fucking like storage closet. I'm like, oh, I was gonna organize this, but now you see what a mess I am. It's just like, come on.
There was at a museum in like 1930. I saw a picture of a pedestal, and somebody had gone to like Africa or like someplace and had a witch doctor curse the air above this like pedestal. And so like it was put in a museum as like a witch's curse in the air above it. I thought that was super fun.
But, so Jimmy,
Bird flies through
can
and
I
just
ask,
dies.
additionally, why water to decompose these things? 'Cause,
Yeah, I
like, water isn't, like, a known decomposer. Like, I get, like, if you put an animal in a jar, it will decompose, but why not literally anything else?
Well, like I said,
they're
nice-
making stew out
Yeah,
of
nice
it.
little soup.
a soup.
Gotta get a
Hey,
bird of
soup.
soupa.
A soup.
Oh, quail soup.
Yeah.
Well,
when-
also just no, you keep going.
Yeah, sorry. When I was doing some research into it, I was just looking up a couple tutorials, like some people were asking people, and it's here. I'll look at the description. It says, "I wouldn't bury him. Burying is a good way to lose bones. I would take him and skin him, and then gut him. Take his body and pop it in a jar of water and let it macerate. The flesh will rot off, and the bones will become cleaner and cleaner over time. Just remember that maceration is smelly." There you go, Declan. "And you don't want to do water changes while the neighbors are outside enjoying their day."
The water changes.
Do you think that all these people are like serial killers, and this is how they stop themselves from like murdering people?
Hey, you know what? More
They
power
just
to
fucking like boil animals, so like yeah, another day.
I'm so quirky. When I go outside, I like to pick up dead animals and put them in mason jars with water.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but if I was doing this, I would wait for the neighbors to come out to change the water. I would just like, I'd look Dale right in the eyes and pour it over the fence in his backyard.
I'd be like, morning, pouring out the bones of a fucking
Yeah, just
quail.
Also, I like how they used him when describing the animal in that description. Like, I wish you read that more like a Buster Scruggs. Like, we take him out, skin him, bury him. I won't bury him. That's a good way to lose bones.
You, buddy, there's a
Buddy,
faster gun coming over yonder when
yonder.
tomorrow comes.
I love that guy.
Yippee-ki-yay!
Yeah.
That's Buster Scruggs is a good movie.
Yeah,
My
but-
buried topic was Buster
great movie.
Scruggs.
Buster Scruggs. Can we just talk about Buster Scruggs for a little bit?
Yeah. But they often name their stuff. I actually knew somebody who was kind of into this in person. I'm not going to say her name, obviously. But one time I was over at her house, and she had a couple rats. But they had both developed huge tumors. And she planned on, like it was really nasty. They kind of looked like ball sacks hanging off like their bellies or whatever. And so she planned on taxidermying them, and she practiced by buying from Petco the mice that you feed to snakes, right?
Right.
And so it looked awful. Like she'd put like a little, like it looked like a block was put inside like a skin of a mouse. It was hysterical. I'll send you guys a picture,
Minecraft mouse.
actually.
Minecraft mouse.
Yeah, but that was my topic. Vulture culture.
Wait. Can I say something to close out this topic?
Yeah, of course.
You know, Dylan, earlier, you said that water wasn't a good decomposer. And I thought to myself, yeah, Dylan, you're a decomposer.
Yeah, episode 10 is Liam's last episode of the podcast. He's not allowed back.
Still,
This time, Liam quit 4 episodes in, and now he's getting fired, Tennis.
still as funny as ever. I still got it.
That was... I like how you held on to that joke for the whole time.
Dude, I was literally thinking, that's all I was thinking about. After he
Is that
said
running?
decomposer, I was just thinking about, like, oh man, I can't wait to fucking call Dylan a decomposer.
I love it.
One more thing about
alright.
it. Obviously,
Yeah, yes.
there's a lot of overlap with like the Wiccan, like witch community. So people
Yes.
often make like bone necklaces and like put skulls in various parts of their houses to like protect or curse. So there's that as well.
Okay.
Sure.
Good. Throw in the witch thing. I mean, yeah, that really ties into your first topic.
Yeah, it does.
All right, anyone got... who's got the next topic? Who wants to go next?
Do
I'll
you
go.
guys want to go for the last two because we're bringing back recall episodes from the first one?
Okay.
Yeah, sure. So,
Okay.
you get at it, Dylan.
Sounds good.
I don't remember why I remember this last week, but I remember when
that's-
Liam gave his. I remember. Stop it.
Hey, that's-
I remember.
Hey, that's
Sorry.
Oh, that you know what that means, everyone? That's the alarm. Show's over.
That's the
That's
eight
it.
tuts alarm. Eight tuts.
Oh, no.
Enough of that.
So I don't know why Liam's
understand
I don't know why Liam's topic reminded me of this, but I remember a YouTube channel that I used to really enjoy back in like 2011. They got really big. The channel has about 300,000, almost 400,000 now, but they only upload sporadically. Their last video was 3 months ago, and then before that they uploaded 3 videos 8 months ago. So they're not super active anymore. The joke has kind of died. But the idea is there's a bunch of YouTube channels that help foreign language speakers try and pronounce words in English. There's a lot of these out there where it displays a word like buried, and it just shows, B-U-R-I-E-D. And what they do is they go, buried. The podcast's name was buried. And they do that, and there's a bunch of these YouTube channels. Well, I found one
Okay.
that parodies this. And instead of pronouncing the words correctly, they absolutely butcher it beyond belief. And it is the funniest shit I have ever listened to. They're not copyrighted. The channel's name is Pronunciation Manual, no space. Here is how you pronounce the word fidget spinner, and it begins by using it in a sentence.
I didn't even know I needed this thing, but now I can't stop playing with my vagina spidoddle. Vagina spidoddle.
And it continues on. Some of my favorite ones.
Here,
Here is,
I love-
Burr
I love-
Reed podcast.
I love the fact.
Burrs Reed.
No, I
Judge
love the fact.
Burr Reed.
I love the fact that it's not just like they're saying like Fidetke to Spanner. It's literally they're making sounds of letters that are not even in them. Like that was not even close to, like, you could not even
Here,
make
I have-
that
I have
sound
another good
from
one.
the letters of fidget spinner.
so this is how to pronounce clitoris.
Oh boy.
Kilt tor tenorus. Tor tenorus. Kilt tor.
Toward
And
Dang it,
cuts off.
Dylan. Now we have to put an NSFW tag on this podcast.
No,
Before you're such a family-friendly
Oh.
podcast, and
our
now
wholesome.
our
Here's
wholesome
how you-
podcast.
Their
ruined.
most viewed video has 26 million views, and it's how to pronounce sex.
Wow, that's pretty buried.
Cheeks. Shit. Cheeks. Cheeks.
Hey,
And that's the entire premise. They have I don't know how many of these videos, I didn't count, but they just go on. Here's one last one. I don't know. I haven't listened to this one yet, but this is Jimmy Kimmel.
Joe Mama, Crow Mama. Joe Mama, Crow Mama. Joe Mama.
and it cuts off. I don't know why. I think that's just their thing. They like to cut it off after it repeats. But if you get
It just cuts off at runtime?
yeah, at the very last one, if you get the chance,
Okay.
pronunciation manual, very funny. You could totally binge this stuff. The videos are very short, and then they sometimes do like compilations for like sex words, like clitoris and sex. They have like a whole compilation of words related to that. I assume for clickbait,
Sure.
because that one got 208,000 views on it. But it's a whole lot of fun, and I highly suggest going through it.
Man, imagine making a YouTube channel where all you do is make jokes
Yeah.
based on a simple, stupid concept.
Like, imagine, Liam, imagine beating the
Yeah.
same dead horse over and over again, and people finding it funny.
Yeah,
imagine,
just constantly recycling the same format over and over.
imagine a system where the entire joke is a very, very simple subversion of the audience expectations. Like, let's say you assume that the character was going to say, "Oh, I don't know, Ray," and he instead said Mark. That would be fucking stupid.
Right? That would be
That'd be-
so
That
dumb.
would be
Shameful,
the
right?
funniest thing in the world.
Wait, I remember this was another really good one. Here is how to pronounce Chipotle.
Sean Toodle. Shh. On Toodle. Sean Toodle.
He was just gonna keep going.
Shut. I'd like to imagine that there's at least one person out there who is like genuinely like believes that this is when they're using it. Like they're like, "Hello, welcome to like I'd like to buy a burrata from Shimple."
I am now going to perform sex with my wife.
Oh, did you see the episode of Jameme Kotonga last night? You're like, excuse me, what? Sorry.
What was that? Can you say it again?
I remember, okay, I actually have this one liked. From back 7 years ago, I liked this video. It's how to pronounce penis.
Beepeth.
Is that where that came from?
No, it's definitely not.
Beepus.
No,
Beepus?
Bepis is a drug. Bepis
Well,
is a
this
drug.
is 7 years old, so I imagine
You
at
got
least
some
it gave
Beppis?
some inspiration.
I've never heard that video. I'll have you know.
Oh, no, I'm not saying... Okay, my bad. I thought...
Are you
I thought
accusing
were
me of
saying the mean
thievery?
thing.
Are you?
I
Excuse me.
mean-
Are you? Stop! You robbers! Your little numbers up.
Numbers up.
One of you has stolen my precious golden cup.
It's actually pronounced Cube.
Joseph started searching through his brother's socks.
Do you know what it reminds me of? What was that one channel that would do, like... Ooh, very gummy mouse or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, run the cube! I showed you
Run
that
the
guy's that.
cube.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Run for
you
the
understand.
cube, baby.
So, you guys showed me that video of the rat.
Yeah.
Like the Pete's rat.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pete's rat. I have a teacher. I have a teacher now who's like 3 steps behind that person's
Oh.
vote.
Oh, that's awful.
Talking.
I hate
Every
that.
time she does it, it's like, now we do revolve on side of the
Oh,
like she
no.
goes like every time she talks, I just can't stop thinking of Pete's rat. Ooh, come here, Pete's rat.
Well, she's like, Declan, are you here, Declan?
Declan, are you here, Declan?
Beef
Very good,
problem.
Declan.
Okay.
It's just like,
A 2 plus.
but it's like high. It's like high class, like physics class, but she's teaching it in that voice.
Oh, no.
I'd like to see like history, but like if different like what if Hitler was like, oh,
Sieg Heil.
what if he was like, Sieg Heil, the Führer? Or what if like fucking Caesar got stabbed and he was like, Et tu, Brutus? Et tu, Brutus?
Easy pineapple under the sea.
Frey,
Caesar being
Freins, Ruman, Countryman.
My
lead
queen.
fires.
There's a revolution. The peasants are coming to chop your head off. Let them eat cake.
Cake.
Them. Eat cake.
Eat cake.
Give me a little more time, or give me death.
Okay, I think that's enough of that.
I have I dreamer.
I don't know why, but the immediate one after that, my mind switched to is Abraham Lincoln getting shot, going, oh!
Six Semper Tyrannus. Six Semper
Oh my
Tyrannus.
god. I say it twice.
Oh, that's good. That's some quality I can get behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
All right.
Let's rewrite history.
Dylan, your topic
First thing I
kind
do.
of reminds me of like the classic meme of putting stuff into Google Translate and then translating it into other languages and taking that translation like 3 million times.
Right, and then they like
Yeah.
redo a music video. I thought that was the coolest. That people don't do that much anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not funny. Get with the times, old man. It's all Fortnite
guess.
videos and Thanos' car. That's what's funny now. Oh, dude, wait.
The height of comedy.
Can I just real quick? I totally forgot about it, but can we just dedicate this episode to the Mars rover?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
go for
yeah,
it.
Rest in
everyone's
peace,
thought-
the
yeah,
Mars
rover's
rover.
pretty great.
No, I don't know if you guys heard this. Did you hear how it died or why it died?
Was it stuck on a rock?
I killed it.
No, so
No, Jimmy!
Jimmy!
initially,
No!
what
It's in
I
a
was
jar.
told, initially what I was told was that its battery died, which is only a half truth. It couldn't
Oh.
get to cover in time before a storm blew over, because it's charged by solar energy, so
Right.
it could just keep recharging infinitely. But it's terrifying to think that its last words
Infinite
were, "My
power."
batteries are running low and it's getting dark." As you can just imagine that
Oh,
this poor
shit.
robot is just getting consumed in like ash and red rock, and it can't get to
Yeah.
cover in time to then come out and recharge. And also its sister, they sent a sister one up apparently, and it fell in a ditch and died like years before. But
That's what it was. Okay, I saw that around, and I didn't get what that the fucking my battery is low like.
And it's getting dark.
It's getting dark.
God.
I thought it was like a weird.
Someone sent that. I was
ominous
like, "Are you okay?
message.
Like, is
Well,
everything fine?"
Technically, it was like a readout. It was like a stats kind of thing where it sent like, oh, this is how much my battery is. Like it
Yeah,
sent its
but,
battery
like-
Yeah.
readout and
Right.
then like how much light it was out right now because
I mean,
it's a
it's
storm.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
it's not
Jimmy.
an actual AI. It's total object empathy. But
Yeah.
damn, if I don't feel for this robot that's on Mars and now dead,
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth and let me romanticize the Mars rover.
yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if it like talked about everything to give like stats? Like he's like, oh, earlier today I was walking around.
What if one day
It's hot as fuck.
I was rocking around.
day
I saw a
they're
rock.
they're
There was a
like-
rock on the ground.
they're like Mars rover. They're like Mars rover. What did you
My
find
battery is getting low.
today? Mars rover. What did you find today? I'm good. Thanks for asking. Just gets really sassy one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like after 90 days, it's not being picked up, and they're just like, what? Any status report on Mars? He was like, wouldn't you guys like to know?
Yeah.
It's like, we need this information. It's vital. And it's like, I'm sure it is. I'm gonna go roll around in circles for a little bit.
I'll be
No, I'm fine. I'm fine, really.
back.
I'll be right back. I swear I'll be right
Promise
back.
I'll be right back.
All right, what's the next
Oh,
topic?
okay, I'll go.
Liam or me? Should
So
I
this
go?
is a section of Barry podcast I like to call a blast to the past.
Hey, welcome back.
Can we play some
Welcome
copyrighted
back.
music right there? Like,
Guys,
it's
wait.
like an
Can we
intro?
switch? Can we switch?
The year was 1980.
Can we-
The Beatles were big, and I was
Were the Beatles
teenager.
big in 1980?
No, like two of them were dead.
The Beatles were bigger than ever, and there was one thing that I cared about: taking Stacy to the prom. Gorbachev wouldn't tear down his wall, and we were so mad about it.
Rocky
All right.
Balboa single-handedly ended the Cold War with a boxing
yeah.
match.
JFK said, "Gorbachev, tear down this wall."
Gorbachev, tear down this wall. But anyway, so my you ever heard? So you ever been to Reddit.com?
I've been
No,
there.
what's that?
I'm sure if you've been to Reddit.com, you've heard of r/ask_Reddit, right?
Yes.
And they're like,
Oh, that's
you know.
I forgot about this.
But there is a
I've heard about this too.
little less known subreddit. It's got about 4,400 subscribers. So it's pretty small. It's called Ask Credit, as in ASSCREDIT. Ask Credit, like a credit card for your ass. And it's basically like it's Ask Reddit, but people ask ridiculous nonsense questions. So let me just I try not to but like I just think just to get an idea for the subreddit, the top post of all time, it has 400 upvotes, and it's, if two people were on the moon and one killed the other with a rock, would that be fucked up? And that's it. And the top comment is, "Please give my son his Yu-Gi-Oh cards back." But so
It's just so dumb.
there's one that's it says it's "What the fuck?" caption serious and nothing else. That's just the post.
I don't. The posted announcement for the moderators is just Team Sigs or Cider, and it's a vote count between Sigs and Cider, which are two things that aren't related at all.
Yeah.
And it's got about 100 votes, so you can tell how
I
many,
know.
how many people fucking hang out here.
My
really.
my personal favorite is half-naked girls can get thousands of upvotes. How much for blue? And it's just a blue tile. Like it's just a blue square.
I feel like it's like it's like coherent enough for it not to be like r/like random. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's ridiculous. Something like this one is this pregnant son and he needs to get his work done. Like,
This one is Hitler real or is he like the Bible where you're not quite sure?
What's they post in all caps? How do I make a Reddit account?
NSFW.
The top post
Not
of the
safe for
last
work.
day is, anyone know where the toilet is here?
Test post. Don't upvote. Serious. Dead. Yeah. So a few of them are like joke ask Reddit questions. So this one's serious. Dead people of Reddit. How did you die?
This one's titled "Does Autism Cure Vaccines?"
But yeah, so
Mods are asleep. Post Gore. It's just a picture of Al Gore. Dumb.
I ate.
Yeah, this is just like, I don't know, dude.
You are bitch, spelled BICH.
There's no like coherency to this.
No,
it's
there's
just chaos.
There's no. It's just like a vague question. How would?
Yeah, I assume that how they're supposed to be the inevitable heat depth of the universe and how everything's just supposed to be chaos. And
Yeah.
this is that. I feel like this is what it's gonna be like.
I feel like it's funnier because when I first found it, I didn't really think it was. I thought it was whatever, but after spending like some time on like Ask Reddit, like I feel like there are definitely like a lot of good Ask Reddit threads, but like
Yeah.
there are a lot like if you like look at that if you look at the ones that aren't like the top, like there are a lot of stupid ones. Like there are so many ones that are like, oh, what's your favorite high school? Like, you know what I mean? Like really really stupid. Especially there are like a lot of like ones where there's like a specific answer. You know what I mean? Where it's
Yeah.
like, oh, like there was literally one that was like, oh, people who cut off other people in traffic. Why are you a fucking idiot? It's like, dude, fuck off. Like that's not a.
Yeah.
Haha. Good Ask Reddit question. But so I feel like I think it's because this is kind of like taking the piss out of it. It's just like, fucking if how.
Yeah, like just it's,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I think it's I get a kick out of it every time I look at it.
Yeah.
I definitely do.
Did you know that Barack Obama backwards is atomic bomb?
Dude, fucking libtards
gosh.
destroyed.
Honestly, right then and there.
Dude, guys, check out my new YouTube video. I post feminist wrecked videos every day. I post furry cringe compilation must watch.
Always called that, no matter what it is.
10 minutes of Ben Shapiro owning libtards.
Dude, I'm so excited for this new endeavor. Should I go?
Yeah,
I think
that's good.
that's all about all I had to
Hit
say.
us, Declan.
That's a good time. All right, so this is the thing. This is the topic that started the Buried podcast. Like when I first found this by accident, I had the idea for this podcast because of it. I showed it to Liam a year ago, and then about 6 to 8 months ago, like I did it on the first pilot, which was scrapped, and I
Yes.
wanted to plan on doing a full episode on it, but then things fell through, and I'll tell you in a second about that. This is called Reddit Island. Reddit Island is a community on Reddit where people got together and decided they wanted to buy an island collectively and establish a self-run government of people on the island. It's been running for 8 years, and at the very beginning it was full of good intentions. A lot of people really banding together. Somewhere in the middle it became shitposting, and a lot of the mods, the people who started it, left. And then at the very end it was picked up by a few people until about 2 years ago, where this thing was shut down and no one was ever able to post on it again. The mission statement, real quick, is the Reddit Island Project is dedicated to creating an affordable, sustainable, and self-sufficient modern island community by leveraging the financial resources, individual skills, state-of-the-art technology, and entrepreneurial investment provided by the inhabitants. Reddit Island will start to build this new city through residential and commercial real estate, ecotourism, free market enterprise, by promoting the values of collaboration, volunteerism, and mutual respect for all who seek to call Reddit Island their home. It was a nice idea.
Yeah.
But it definitely fell through.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah.
Completely makes sense
just
that it would, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. It's so strange to see how close they actually got.
That's true.
Yeah. Well,
A lot of people, the first one that you find when you go on there, and the hot thing is they have a town that you could buy for $1 million, or people found just plots of land in America that could be sold for $60,000.
Right. I remember you said something. I remember. I'm just kind of remembering from when the last time we talked about it. It was something like $180. If they found a small island or whatever, and if based on how many people were serious, it was it would cost maybe a very low amount of money per person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was something almost maybe $200 a person, which is fucking absurd. And it's that's because it's one of those things where it's fuck it, I'll do it. And if I get fucked, it's I only lost $200. You know what I mean? It's
right.
It's my life savings. So I feel that's almost makes it.
Yeah, but
that almost makes it more realistic that it happened. You know what I mean? Because people are all right, I'll drop $200. You know what I mean? Or I'll do this.
No, totally. I mean, it was definitely. I guess there was the added part of having to go and move there.
Right. Well, yeah. That's the kicker. That's the kicker.
You know what? You know where they should have done this? They should have done this on the Animal Crossing subreddit. Those guys would have done it.
Just build just do it.
Whoa! Hold on, Jimmy.
Yeah. What's up?
Who just did that?
That was me.
Yeah,
That was Liam.
you don't recognize Liam when he speaks in his true tongue?
I don't know what just happened. That threw me off guard way too fast. Because that sounded like the actual. That sounded
that's
like
what they talk. They
Isabel.
go. That's the fuck. Here now. Here's my. Wait, no. Declan, do your Sans Undertale.
Do Sans.
Oh, yeah.
Sans.
I love referring to him as exclusively as Sans Undertale.
Sans Undertale, like his last name's Undertale. There's a there's a poll here that's just called "Why Reddit Island Will Not Work." It's because the gender count for people who are willing to move was 7 females and 89 males. Which is a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
There's also some crazy stuff where doctors were saying there are people who are I was a commercial real estate planner and a construction site manager, and I'm totally on board, willing to go for it. Doctors were I could make my own hospital there if you really needed me to. Mm-hmm. And they had a lot of stuff happening. It was so strange, but it seems like it fell apart just by speculation. They never came together at the same time. It happened over 8 years, and something good would happen, they'd get a little thing going, and then it would all fall apart. There are people who are I want this to be a religion-free island, and some people were well, let's just have it, anyone could worship whatever they want on the island. And then some people were oh, can we smoke grass on the island? And everyone was just throwing a bunch of stuff, just over all back and forth. So it sort of shows, it's an interesting experiment to see, people coming together on the internet and seeing what can come of it.
Well, guys, welcome to the start of the Buried Podcast Island. We're going to need a small donation of undecillion dollars from each of our viewers.
Follow us.
Yeah, it is
actually.
you're not allowed to say no.
Follow us on Patreon. Subscribe for our bonus Patreon content, such as footage of me talking to my tulpa.
No.
Photos of Dylan's Hitler personas.
A free copy of Solo, Star Wars story.
Remember, a follow for us is a follow for more prequels.
And if you donate
Yes,
the
that
max
is-
amount, you get a dinner with Cotangle.
Yeah.
Yes.
He'll
Oh,
serve you a freshly
but-
I was
cooked
gonna
pigeon.
say we'll let him out of the cage and you can
Vespucci
pet
will
him.
serve you.
Out of the jar. He's all bones now.
Crap, you're right.
And if you donate $1, we'll give you Vespucci. We need to get rid of him.
Yeah,
He
well,
keeps trying to
honestly,
cut my hair.
we'll pay you. We'll give you our Patreon. We'll subscribe
pay
to you
you.
on Patreon. If you.
Oh, hey, Vespucci! Oh, sorry, I wasn't
Vespucci!
calling you.
Nope,
sorry.
I don't.
Hey,
I
Vespucci!
No, Vespucci, I don't really want to see your knife collection right now. That's fine. Please.
Knives are illegal in Lithuania. Get out of here.
Why?
Man, we just made a whole 5 minutes that'd be so confusing for anyone who tried to listen to this.
Yeah,
like,
welcome to your
off,
first
not
time
listen to the
episode.
first day.
True.
The Easter eggs
Uh,
for our most loyal
Yeah,
viewers.
dude.
Us.
The buried podcast lore is starting to get very complex.
It is. There's a lot going on here. Also, I did want to make this into like a full episode, but I contacted the moderators being like, hey, can I get like a full timeline of what happened when you guys are setting this whole thing up? And the response I got was, this is no longer a project that is happening.
Aw.
Good day. And I was
That
like,
makes me
damn
so
it.
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Especially
like
because,
it was such a bummer.
Well,
like they're just
that's
kind
the
of like,
thing,
oh,
though,
that.
because it was almost like it was so close. Like, you know, I feel like so close to being real is kind of a stretch because I genuinely I don't know how. I feel like I don't know how real it would have been, but I feel like the fact that like it was more grounded in possibility than it had any right to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there were a lot
yes.
of bursts of steam. It's just the problem
Yes.
was, like Declan said, they weren't at the same time.
Yes.
True.
Right. That. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
didn't
yeah,
all
yeah.
fall into place. Plus, there was a lot of unclarification. Like the point was they were going to build they were going to do it through real estate and ecotourism.
Right.
They were going to build like a plantation there that people would vacation to,
Yeah. Oh.
and like that was going to be their main income and sort of like
Yeah.
fuel the whole project. And some people were like, "Oh, you can't capitalism," and you're like, "All right, whatever."
All right, fine. No, but so that reminds me. I was
Fine.
thinking like, so like you were like, oh, like you know, the gender distribution's a little off, and like it would be a little awkward when they showed up. Do you think anyone in real life has ever done like what they do in movies where they were like, do you think anyone's ever showed up to a weird situation and then went awkward? do you think that's ever genuinely happened? Or someone was just like,
Yes,
awkward.
because I've done it.
Have you like genuinely been like awkward?
Yes, of course. We did the awkward turtle thing. Did you ever do that?
No.
Where it's like the worst way to diffuse tension. When no one's talking, you put both your hands on top of each other and twiddle your thumbs around and go,
Oh.
awkward turtle silence. It's just, yes.
I can genuinely say I've never done that before.
Never
It's,
heard.
people have done it to me. I've done it to people. It's like the worst way to diffuse tension, but it kind of works because it's so strange that people have to laugh at it. Everyone's like, "What the hell did you just do?" And then you just talk about
It's
that.
a talking
I'm
point.
sorry.
Yeah.
You twiddle your thumbs and you say awkward turtle silence?
So you,
What?
Yeah, you put one hand. All right, I'm not gonna explain how to do it. You put one hand on top of the other.
Yeah. Make a sea
you-
turtle. Yeah. Wiggle your
Yeah,
thumbs.
and your thumbs move like
I thought you were implying you cross your hands like you know you had to do it to him, and then you twiddle your thumbs together, and the turtle had nothing to do with it. You're just like, awkward turtle silence. And people are like, what?
I like to
honestly,
imagine,
What are you
it might as
doing?
well
And you're
be
like,
that.
I don't know.
I like to imagine
It's
Declan.
so weird. It might as well be that.
Declan walks up to like a random like a fucking like random dinner table like in a diner and he sits down and they're like, excuse me, who are you? He goes, awkward turtle silence. They're like, what?
I would.
And he's like, millennials these days are always on their phones.
And then I
Go get
said,
him
that's not a
steak."
camel, that's my wife.
saying non sequiturs. I'm talking to no one in particular, just the whole restaurant.
just no, you walk into a restaurant and like the waitress like walks up to you, she's like, oh hi, how many seats would you like? And you completely ignore her and then just walk up to a random seat, sit down, and they look at you and they're like,
You join another table.
yeah, you sit at a random
And then-
table and they're like,
And then
they're like,
start up a
"Excuse me?"
conversation as if it was halfway through.
Yeah, right.
Like-
No, they're literally talking to each other. You sit down, they stop talking because you're just like they're like, excuse me, who are you? And then you just go, awkward turtle silence.
and then eat off their plates and run.
Yeah, and then start eating their food.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
All right, so guys, who do you think had the best topic?
Yeah,
I mean,
do a recap.
This one here.
Yeah. As a recap, I was Vulture Culture, which is DIY taxidermy. Dylan, what was the name of your channel again?
Pronunciation manual. Let me double check. I have it pulled up right here. Yeah, pronunciation manual.
Pronunciation Manual.
Okay.
Liam was
Ask
Ask
Credit.
Ask
Credit.
credit.
Ask Credit. And Declan was Reddit Island.
Yeah, I'd vote for Ask Credit. I've always found Ask Credit funny.
I mean, I'm gonna vote for Reddit Island just out of the purity of it. You know what I mean? It's such a
Understandable.
little thing.
I'll vote for Reddit
Yeah,
Island
sure.
as well then.
I'll continue with that. I want that to win.
Cool. I appreciate it. The baseline of this podcast just won the 10th episode, so
True.
suck it, you guys. I'm so fucking good.
I'm so proud of us. Suck it.
Yeah, you guys are like, you know what? I'll also vote for that out of principle. You fucking idiots! You idiots just voted me to win. What's wrong?
Debated, nerd.
Another dub
Yeah.
for Declan.
Baka.
All right.
well.
Well, that's it for Buried Podcast. If you find something on the internet that you want us to do on the podcast, please send it to buriedpodcast@gmail.com.
And if
you
you
wanna
want to
give
give
me-
me
wanna give me a little
kiss, that's okay too.
Yeah, right now.
No,
Send a little
anybody.
kiss in the email.
Any listener,
Oh yeah, send a little kiss.
if you're listening to the
anyone can send a
podcast
little
right now,
kiss.
kiss your phone.
Oh gosh, guys, get a room. Also, you can find us at buriedpodcast.com. And as always, I'm Declan Grogan.
I'm Dylan Ward.
I am Jimmy Brown.
And not.
Alright, well, gosh,
Guys,
guys, we are
That was
so
a pretty
funny.
awkward turtle silence right there.
Awkward turtle silence.
Alright, thank you, and
I hate
have a
that.
good night.
Good night.
Awkward Turtle Science is great.
Awkward turtle.
I don't know what
Let's
you're
close
talking
this
about.
podcast with a little awkward turtle silence.